Just go over there. Right here is good. This is cute. Oh, hi guys, I forgot I'm live. I just wanted to meet up with you guys before the interview today and hang out. Big interview today for all vegans and vegan activists. Let's see if I can get better lighting. My hair is a mess. It'll be good for the interview, I promise. About right here, maybe. Look up. That'd be different. See, like right here is good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Get the rules behind me. Whatever. Okay, I don't know. That might not be too sound. What about like right here? That looks pretty good. It looks better. Okay. Hi, welcome to my living room. No. Hey guys, how's it going? Just wanted to hang out before the interview today. I'm hoping some people show up. I know there's one of you in here. How you doing, one person? I have a big interview with Will Tuttle today that's of paramount importance if you're a realized vegan or a compassionate vegan. Yeah, I've drafted all the questions. I think I've got a good kind of reference for all the questions I'm going to ask Will. But should be interesting. So just wanted to do a live hangout and maybe for 15 minutes here. And nobody comes in, maybe we'll float it. I'll float it now. And some of you guys will see it before the stream at 2 p.m. But I'm really looking forward to this one. It's me and Will's 8th interview. It was like a year ago around this week that we started. And for anyone that doesn't know Will Tuttle, he is a vegan activist, an animal rights warrior that, you know, he's written books on philosophy, vegan philosophy. He's done talks all over domestically in the U.S. He's been vegan for 45 years, and you know his whole message is to just convince everybody that we don't need to be eating meat, cheese, milk, and eggs, and in fact it goes against our sovereign values and our sovereignties as humans, as compassionate, benevolent humans. So he's been spreading the message for 45 years as a vegan activist and still does, and he's out right now doing talks. And I think I'm catching him in Florida today. So, I mean, he hasn't stopped. He hasn't stopped. This man is a legend. He's a machine. So you'll see me talk to him at 2 p.m. today. And I'm excited for this one. And this whole, I titled this live stream, for vegans and vegan activists. This is a very important one for all of us to see and to really hopefully steep with and understand the message from. But yeah, it's going to be big, and it's 2026, and a lot has unfolded in the past year, and some particular knowings, of course, and realizings I'm referencing that just aren't seen and understood yet, but can be very crystally and laser-like understood if we operate from our inner guidance instead of our kind of taking orders from authorities, other way that we've been doing for so long. Hi, hey there, Milk Boy, how you doing? Welcome. Are you a vegan or a vegan activist? And if not, that's cool too. But nice to see you. I'm actually doing just a little prep talk for me and Dr. Tuttle's interview today at 2 p.m. Oh, you're vegan? Oh, hey, hey, it's a different person. Giggly, how you doing? Giggly, yeah, you should definitely, if you got time at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, come on in. We'll probably go for an hour, and I think it's going to be a very robust with information type interview. And I've actually called it, the name of it, Intuition Over Information, so it should be really good. Oh, thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate that. Jesus was an enlightened being. Jesus was somebody that was way ahead of his time. And he was an animal rights activist too. He was also an animal rights activist. He fought for the animals. And he was crucified because of that, unfortunately, for going into the temple and upending all the tables, throwing the money all over the floor, condemning all the very worldly interests. And that was his last act before being crucified, was that act. So Jesus was a vegan, which is really cool. And that's compassion. What underlies the word vegan is just compassion. We would all agree that Jesus was compassion. He defined compassion. And that's all vegan is, It's just compassion. And it's like a deep ethical purity that's just underlying everything. At the very base is an understanding that animals feel pain, and they feel, they have families, they're loving, and we can at least yield them their own bodily autonomy while operating in this apparent world. So anyway, thanks for being here, guys. Who in here is a vegan or a vegan activist? There's 14 of you now. If you want, guys, like the stream, let's get this popping before the interview at 2. Anybody in here a vegan or vegan activist? I know, Giggly, you are. Thanks, Giggly. Who knows, I might do another workout today, man. Although I just hit arms yesterday, so we'll see. I've been doing live workouts, everybody, too. And that's another thing I'm starting with the new year. Some vegan bodybuilding. No supplements, no drugs, no chemicals, no lab-created crap. Just food of the earth as it was meant to be. Nothing of an animal, of course. So, but yeah, guys, 2 p.m. The stream is called Intuition Over Information, and it's in spirit of teaching us to look inwards instead of outwards when making decisions, moving forward, when stewarding the quality of our consciousness, really. So, it should be a very good interview. That UPS guy walking through. Oh boy. All right. Well, nice hanging out with you guys. Anyway, that's just why I wanted to get this out, because especially this is really for these people that are on the fence with certain messagings, particular messagings that have been out there. Hey, Dominion, how you doing? What's going on? Nice to see you. I know Dominion will be there at the 2 p.m. Talk with Dr. Will Tuttle. Oh yeah, by the way, if anybody in there, if there's any trolls in there, Dominion, please, if you can, if you're able to, just boot them out immediately. I'd really love a clean stream with no interruptions, no distractions. Yeah, I got a feeling there'll be some trolls that'll show up and do their little thing. But yeah, I'm excited. We get to talk to Will again. The eighth interview. It should be so much fun. Cool, yeah. And maybe one of the most important ones that we've done so far. But the whole stream is this stream is just to kind of prompt vegans and vegan activists to come to this particular stream, because in this last year there have been certain unfoldings and different informations that have become exposed that you're not going to see if you're not looking inward. When we look outwards and we get all of our information from the internet, from Wikipedia, from academia, from peer-reviewed science, from the media, from our next door neighbor, from whoever and whatever of material means, we're looking at window dress fabricated sourcing, no matter what it appeals to or what it says it is as far as its ethical or nobler motives. There are profit engines underneath everything, an ever-spinning core of fury that is underneath things that everybody bypasses. Everybody bypasses it. But in learning and getting familiar with our intuition, we can, in effect, have a keen awareness of these engines that are underneath it. And in this, is a multi-pronged getting to know and practice and realizing of our intuition. There's so many fruits that will come out of it. And I want to talk to him about our true nature as well, and the fact that we're not just this material body or superficial mind, that we're something underneath it that transcends everything. That we're we're eternal beings that will never die. We were never born, we will never die. And an existential safety kind of looms that we can bask in, that is really truly realized from cultivating that untaught knower. And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about. So he really is the just such a disciplined person, and just beautiful person, and just blessed that we can have someone like this on this earth that is so willing to share his wisdom with us as well, And the cool thing, and I was just telling before you got here, Dominion, he doesn't stop. He's still, he keeps going. He's been an activist now, I don't know how many years. He's been vegan for 45 years, and he's right now in Florida, sharing the good news right now. We'll be talking to him, I think, out of the Hippocrates Institute today, where he's doing talks and things like that. Telling and guiding people that we don't need to eat animals for decades and decades and decades he has. So it's going to be exciting. Yeah. Profit narratives, right? This whole, I wanted to call, vegans and vegans together too in this stream. If anybody's here, by the way, say who you are. I'm so-and-so, I'm a vegan activist. I'm curious about this. Maybe there's a lot of people that are on the fence with certain vitamin narratives right now. We all know which one that is. Pesky little critter that he is. If you're on the fence with that, I'd really appreciate it if you came to the talk with me and Will as well, because I think it would be a very important live stream to see, an interview to see. But we're going to talk about Your Inner Islands, the book that he wrote about intuition. We're going to reference his writing, Boats Returning Home, the writing he wrote about our true nature and the wisdom that underlies the song "Row, Row, Row Your Boat." Grant says, vegan pesticides, what kills more animals in a slaughterhouse? Explained. Can you reformat that? Because I can't even read that. Whole food, plant-based for the environment and health. Vegan for the victims. Ask your city government to sign the plant-based treaty, which you can do on the site PBT. Okay, thank you, Laura. Whole food, plant-based for the environment and health. Vegan for the victims. That's right. And even I would say whole food, plant-based for the vegans as well. I mean, for the animals as well, if we want to get deeper and deeper and deeper. I myself, tilting into 2026, I'm not perfect. And I've made a decision to eat more whole food, plant-based, raw, and organic whenever and however I can. Because, partaking from the processed foods, even Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods, there are things that are going on there. Beyond Meat still tests with animals, which is unfortunate. I emailed them not too long ago, and they swiftly emailed me back. I asked, do you guys still test with animals? Meaning they use and they buy and they strengthen the incumbent industry by purchasing meat from, say, Tyson or whoever, and they taste test against theirs. So that's not nice, and that's not nice to the animals either. And then Impossible is testing on rats still. So, we have to be very keen as realized, compassionate vegans with these things. But if you do, you can email Beyond Meat yourself and ask them, do you guys still test against animal products? They'll tell you yes. It's not necessarily a net positive on the ethical front. Right? Avocados are fantastic. You're pointing to things, Grant, that are kind of more down the line type of escalations. Are you vegan, Grant? Because that's the bare minimum. Wow. Marcos, what the heck? Marcos just comes in and, well, thank you. I will graciously receive that, Marcos. Marcos says, I want to help you with this, your activism and your life in general, and to thank you for what you do for all of us. Oh, Marcos, that's so sweet of you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. You know, that will go towards the animal rights activism. That will go towards, you know, my endeavor with such. So I really appreciate that. Jeez Louise. It's just very nice of you. Oh, Pip's in the house. Hi, Pip, how are you? Nice to see you. I know Pip will be there too for the 2 p.m. live stream. Grant, I'll precision tune an answer for you real quick. So you keep on pointing and you deflecting to certain things that are way, way beyond our ground zero. Ground zero, my friend, the bare minimum that you can do, Grant, is to be vegan, is to yield the animals, the sentient beings, their own sovereignty, their bodily autonomy. So unless you're operating out of that backdrop, what you're saying means nothing to me. We'll get there and we'll escalate in terms of pesticides, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you're being an absolute hypocrite when you're operating out of this kind of way short-sighted purview of things. Hope that helps. Pip, nice to see you. Yeah, so I popped up with this as just kind of a pointer for, or a prompter for our interview coming on at 2 o'clock with Will. I wanted to get as many vegans and vegan activists in here as possible to just kind of set the backdrop for how important this interview is going to be. We, as vegans, are responsible for stewarding truths and questioning everything. And right now, I don't know if you guys saw a few of the posts I've been making, it's just very disappointing to look out on the front and look out what's actually happening and to see all of these vegans that are so reflexively conceding to material interests and material vessels of information. It's just disappointing to see. And in this interview, me and Will are going to be talking about intuition and cultivating what we call the untaught knower, something that is underneath everything, something that is stainless and pure and loving and benevolent and kind, something that can never be touched or tinkered with by profit engines, right? And in learning to see this and cultivate this untaught knower, we then in effect shield ourselves from different deceptions and lies that are spread through material means like the internet, peer-reviewed science, academia, and also gives us a way to bask in this beautiful knowing that what we are is more than this body and mind, that we are something way beyond, that has never been born, that will never die. We are essentially safe. So pretty big interview, multi-pronged, beneficial information I think will be yielded from, will yield from. Marco says, I recently discovered a new recipe. I mix tahini with a few drops of liquid stevia, and it becomes something like sweet peanut butter. Oh my God, I love that. That sounds amazing. Might have to try that one. Yeah, I love tahini too, Pip. Soy and peanut butter, yeah, bring them all. Yeah, tahini's great. There's a lot you can do with it. Even putting it on cauliflower with a little harissa paste. Ooh, that's pretty good too. Cauliflower could be such a nice kind of meat substitute. Its texture and its flexibility along those lines. Dominion says, that's great, Marcus. I eat sunflower seed butter, unsweetened and unsalted. Tastes like peanut butter. Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out. I've never had that. Yeah, it sounds really good. So much to explore, guys, once you go vegan. Like, people talk about and think about, oh my God, it's like you're taking my freedom. But in effect, it's this utopia of just boundless, just abundance. Fruits and vegetables, all the things that the garden yields. It's an absolute utopia that awaits you. You know, I'm out on the street the other night, and so many people ask, they ask, what do you eat? Like, what can you eat? And it's like, has anyone seen that Maccabee video? I want to learn that whole Maccabee. Okay, anyone that's interested, you want to see something entertaining, there's a vegan guy from Jamaica. I think his name is Maccabee, Maccab. And the video is called What I Eat. I wish I could just adopt all of that and then tell them that when they ask me. It's an insane amount of things. But I just tell them I eat beans, split peas, lentils, chickpeas, fruits, and veggies, and I go over the whole thing. Then I start tilting into, I do Asian, Chinese, American. You can do everything when you're vegan. And it's the opposite of having your freedom taken away. New frontiers await. New frontiers await. So, the food is unbelievable, right? The food is unbelievable. Yeah, so cool. Yeah, everyone, thanks for being here. I'll probably wrap it up pretty soon. I just wanted to make this as kind of like a prompt primer to get everybody hyped for the interview too. I think I've got some great questions. I am going to ask Will about his time as a Korean monk and to kind of explain his, chronicle his spiritual journey for us. I think that'd be cool. What else did I write down? Oh yeah, I want to ask him how he meditates. I think that's a cool one. All right, bye, Pip. I'll see you too. See you in there too. I think he was a Korean monk, Dominion. I think he was a Korean monk for 10 years. I'm pretty sure, but I guess we'll we'll find out it too. But I think they do. The Korean monks, I'm assuming, are kind of very parallel in terms of their how they learn, how they meditate, and what they do. But yeah, I'm going to ask him, to explain to us what intuition is. I also kind of wrote out a few things I want to express about our current situation, our current scenario in 2026, and what we are all currently doing when we take our information from societal means, and how we can take on a new high chair of wisdom in purview when it comes to vetting truths and lies. And I think I wrote some good things that I'm going to kind of put in there, and I'll probably read them right off of the paper that I wrote them on, because I wanted this interview to be structured, all-encompassing, very complete, and very clean. The last one I did, on the PSYOPs, when he was talking about the 7 PSYOPs, I felt like I didn't do my due diligence in being responsible as far as the question asking. And I think interviews like this with someone like Will need to have the utmost care in terms of architecting a good question blueprint. John says, I didn't eat margarine for 14 years, but recently found a brand. Oh, okay. Veg, thanks for being here. Did you watch Chip's video about B12? I haven't watched it, but Title says he debunked it. Okay, I guess, wow. No, I didn't watch it. I've already talked to Chip and VPM live at the same time. Debates go nowhere, guys. There's nothing that will come of them or from them. They're all based out of ego. When I talked to both of them, their confirmation bias eclipsed all things. There was no point in talking to them in general, but I said, you know what, I'll check the box and at least talk to them. And I talked to both of them at once. And mainly it was them being very emotional on their end and me being very sound, calm on my end, but still, expressing the strength that needed to be expressed when conveying, the truth. They're lying to everybody, and what I'm trying to do is point them towards truth. That's just what's happening. And it's all happening at other vegans' expenses and the animals' expenses, unfortunately. And the tribe is kind of, not really doing anything for the actual animals, unfortunately. They're doing things for themselves. They're stroking egos, championing science, championing profit engines, but they're not doing anything for the animals. So that interview, watching it would just be an absolute waste of time for me, because I already know what it engulfs. But thanks for being here. Now, if you did watch that interview, maybe this would also be a good interview for you to watch as well. So I'd really appreciate it if you if you came to the interview too, if you're curious about some of the things I've mentioned in the last year, and maybe you're on the fence, maybe you just don't know who to believe or who you should believe. So at 2 p.m., me and Will are going to be talking about intuition. It's something we all have. It's underneath everything. It's what we all are. It's our true nature. And the whole live stream will be guiding for everybody to look inwards instead of always looking outwards to external authorities, peer-reviewed science, academia, the internet, media, your favorite celebrities, and into seeing what comes from those material means as intended window dressings and fabrications instead of actual truth. So I think this would be a good one for you to come to. Thanks for being here. Yeah. Yeah, I was debating something like that, Dominion. I'll see how things flow, how it feels, because I wanted to keep it just more general, and people are going to know, who are on the beat with this. I'm going to go with flow and see how we go about during the interview. Yeah, but maybe I will point it out directly and say, and mention it directly. Yep. Yeah, Will Tuttle doesn't believe in B12. He's rejected it 100%. He goes out of his way to make sure that when he's buying something, it doesn't have B12 in it. He sees through the lie. He's probably seen through the lie for the longest time, I presume. I'll probably bring it up. I'll probably bring it up in the interview. Yeah, 45 years vegan, and just incredible. I'm going to point out to everybody Your Inner Islands, the book, and The World Peace Diet, the book, today too, and also point out his writing Boats Returning Home as well. So this is a really good one. If you guys haven't read Boats Returning Home, it's on theworldpeacediet.com. Oh my God, when you read it, you're going to be like just blown away by the robust kind of just expression. It really gives you insight, and it. After I read it, it was just like, wow. But it's one thing to gather insight; it's another thing to experientially know, and we can experientially know by sitting in silence, by being with ourselves, by getting in touch with our intuition, by meditation, and that's where the real work comes in. And we're going to be touching on that too. Oh, cool, Dominion! You have to get it. Yeah, Your Inner Islands. I got it for like $4 on Amazon. The actual book, it said used, but I mean, it was brand new when I got it. And it's a story. It's actually a story. He's such a good writer. It blows my mind. It's not even like just like a documentary style book. It's a story about somebody, the reader, I believe. He kind of writes as you. I don't know how he does this. He's unbelievable. But he takes the reader on a journey through the 5 inner islands. I think it's energy, relationship, meditation, understanding, and compassion. And through the ride, you're taken on like a boat trip where you go from one island to the next island to the next island, and you meet different people and get into different circumstances on each island. But each island is meant to help you crystallize our understanding of intuition. And the way he does it is just beautiful. Like he talks about the book like, I just wrote this one book this one time. And that's how I learned about it. I didn't even know he wrote it. And then I read it, and I'm like, let's see what this is. It sounds like Will just kind of put this together. And I'm just literally blown away at the end, just blown away. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps throughout the book. His writing just hits. Beautifully wrote, composed, architected, the writing, the flow, the wording. It's just a beautiful book. But we're definitely going to talk about that. Yeah, Food for Freedom, absolutely unbelievable book as well. And Food for Freedom will help you see over the B12 lie as well, everybody. that will help you see over the nefarious lie, in the vaccine lie, and all these other science-based lies. But okay, I think I'm gonna wrap up here, guys. I'm gonna go meditate for a bit myself, actually. So I'm gonna do that, get some things in order, and prep up my little hub for the interview. But yeah, everybody, every vegan activist with an open mind, please come to the interview at 2 o'clock. Cool. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap up. Yeah, I thought this would just be kind of cool to do to get everybody in there. And maybe you're seeing this after the live stream. If you're a vegan or a vegan activist, come to our interview at 2 p.m. where we talk about intuition, what we really should be referencing when it comes to our decisions as vegans, and how to properly steward our consciousness, which we're all responsible for, the quality of our own consciousness. There you go. Kurgan, absolutely. Peace and love to all beings, right? Peace and love to all beings. Let's go! All right, guys. I'll see you soon. All right, take care.